Hi everybody, then this is our continuation of reading Shakespeare A Midsummer Night's Dream from Act 4, Scene 1, and we'll go from line 101 to the end. This is when the lovers in the woods are discovered by Theseus and Hippolyta and Aegeus, Hermia's father, and the resolution which comes from the setting to rights of the problem of the lovers. We've seen in the preceding lines how the problem with Titania and Oberon was resolved by the taking off of the acid's head off from bottom, and Titania waking up and realizing that she has been in love with an ass. So she is now back with Theseus, and we will now resolve the problem concerning the lovers. So we're going to start reading from line 101, and Theseus starts off. So, get my stuff together and organise. So, Theseus starts off. Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed, and since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds, uncouple in the western valley. Let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction. Hippolyta, I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding. Far beside the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near, seemed all in one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder. Theseus, my hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flew, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dewlap like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells. Each under each a cry more tunable, was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these? Aegeus, my lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nida's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together. Theseus, no doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice? Aegeus, it is, my lord. Theseus, go bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Bring these wood birds but to couple now. Lysander, pardon, my lord. Theseus, I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate, and fear no enmity? Lysander, my lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law... Aegeus, enough, my lord. The law upon... You have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife. Demetrius, my lord, Phelan told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to the wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle gaud, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like a sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will evermore be true to it. Theseus, fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our purpose hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta. Demetrius, these things seem small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into cloud. Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double. Helena, so methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own. Demetrius, are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us follow him? Hermia, yea, and my father. Helena, and Hippolyta. Lysander, and he did bid us follow to the temple. Demetrius, why then we are awake, let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams. Bottom, waking. When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho, Peter Quince. Flute, the bellows mender. Snout, the tinker starveling. God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go out to expound this dream. Methought I was... there is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death. So here we have a scene of many parts, let's say. First of all, a conversation between Theseus and Hippolyta. I don't know if you've seen the Michelle Pfeiffer and Kevin Kline film of this site. Theseus says, "Come, Hippolyta," 3 times, and this is the only time that she actually does join hands with him, which shows her disaccord. This is obviously something that is difficult to see in the play, but on in-stage directions, and obviously if you're lucky enough to see this play in the theatre, then you will see that this is on the one occasion she does obey him and comes with him. They have a little tiff over the hounds, whose hounds are better, and Theseus says, "My hounds are the Spartan kind, and so in pursuit each under they are hung, their heads are hung," and Hippolyta gallops off, and he says, "with ears," which is a nice little joke here. But the most important thing in this scene, this is the scene of resolution, the act of resolution, in fact, when the 3 couples are discovered by Theseus, Hippolyta, and Aegeus, stand up, and of course in the film version that I've quoted, they are naked, and so of course stand up is not really what they want to hear. So Theseus very importantly says, "Aegeus, I will overbear your will." So the death threat to Hermia no longer exists, or that of going to a nunnery. So she is freed in a way of her falling for Lysander rather than Demetrius. She has now a free choice. These couples shall be eternally be knit with us. Obviously, they're going to be married. And I would draw your attention to a little bit of an antimetabole here around about line 156. Aegeus is speaking. "They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife." A nice little chiasma here, a crossing of the phrases. We call this antimetabole. The lovers are incapable of explaining rationally what they're doing there and how they came to be here. Demetrius starts off, but breaks up his sentences, interrupts himself. Parodies my love to Hermia. I wot not by what power. He has a fairly logical discourse, but the others really are incapable of explaining how they came here. And the extended metaphor of vision is very, very much used here. The idea of I see, everything seems double. Yet we sleep, we dream, etc. So the idea of vision and dreams is very important here. The lovers cannot believe in a way that they have found each other, the rightful lover, the right person, in fact, and yet they think they are still asleep. So is it all a dream? Shakespeare is putting this idea into our head. Are they really awake? And they ask themselves, and they say, are we really awake? And yet it seems we think we dream. So this idea of dreaming and being awake and being asleep is very, very important. The dream is the intermediate state here for Shakespeare, not the cold, hard, light of reality, but not deep sleep either. You know that obviously dreams happen in the sort of in between sleep. That we are not really fully asleep when we dream. And let us recount our dreams again. And this is picked up by the last paragraph, which is bottom. He also wakes up from his dream. Titania is already awake, but here now Bottom awakes and says, I have had a vision, a rare vision. He doesn't believe it's really happened. So he will ask Peter Quince to write a ballad of the dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream because it has no bottom. Again, we're playing with words here, and of course the audience would have loved this. I shall make it more gracious. I shall sing it at her death. Well, obviously he's not going to sing it at her death. It's the Duke. So, he calls the Duke a woman. There's a lot of confusion. Um, the eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, the hand is not able to taste, his tongue conceive, nor is able to report what dream I was. Obviously, a whole load of malapropisms, a la Bottom, and we're very, very used to all that. So, still mixing up language, mixing up ideas, and confused even more by the idea of the dream. So, Act 4 is that, Scene 1 is that of resolution. Act 4, Scene 2 is a quick one. Where you can read through, and it's basically the mechanicals go off back to Athens to prepare for the play. Thank you very much.